Well, welcome to me, my friends. Trash Man here. I'm going to do this video, be my first official video for our new YouTube channel. Make sure you share, subscribe. I need to get people going, maybe get some sponsors going, and see if we can make this roll. My oldest boy there, Bobby, told me from the get-go, you ought to do YouTube, you ought to do YouTube. So, well, here we are, and we're going to give it a whirl. And for those of you that don't know me, I don't claim to be any professional by any stretch of the imagination. I am a backyard do-it-yourselfer just because I kind of like to do things. We're going to call this Trash is Treasures. And I'm going to go with the slogan where old things get a second chance. And I kind of like that because I'm an old thing and need a second chance, right? The old virus did away with my dream job, put me on the old unemployment line, and we've been out here for a month plus just doing project stuff and sharing it. Kind of snowballed, got a little big. Lord only knows what we'll get into. Hopefully we'll get some more trunks going in. Steamer trunks are the one passion I really love doing. Anything that piques my interest, who knows? Some canning videos down the road because I got some folks because they know I do canning. Some of them are out there. If I get my hands on some blow molds and stuff, I love to restore old Christmas blow molds, the old plastic lighted pieces. For those of you that don't know what those are, we'll do some videos on that also. So whatever I'm into, so it's just going to be kind of every day, whatever the Trash Man's into, that's what we're going to get into. So the other side of that, because I wanted to, and since we're going to go YouTube, we're going to give this an earnest shot. And those that you that know me and know what it was around here, we'll start with, looky up here. All our cabinets, my $1, $2, $3 buys at the auctions are now all the same color. I painted them all gray. Yes, it was a busy weekend. And you have the bench that we built there a few weeks ago, the smaller bench, and because I get my chop saw and little scroll saw stuff on here, so I wasn't on the floor before, and that come out pretty nice, and I really kind of like that. So we turned around in the big ugly bench that you never saw because I had so much crap on it all the time. Look at this, folks. You can see the whole big bench. It's a miracle. We may never see that again. And yes, I even took a wire brush to the old vise and painted her up too. And then we turned around and we enclosed underneath this and shelved inside and keep more dust, dirt, and better storage in there. Thought, well, it looked pretty good on that bench and doing all that. Yep, even the old roller bench, you know, the one I'm actually on most of the time and I love dearly. We even put a new top on it, and so we got a little carried away. Well, we might have got carried away because we even epoxied the floor. Yep, folks, in one weekend. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie saved my old butt, but we did the bench tops, enclosed the counter, and got the floor all epoxy. So here you go, YouTube, the Trash Man shop. Make it a little more presentable. Huh? How's that? Well, you may never see it this clean again because you know me, especially I get the gut in one of them trunks and peel them all the paper and everything else. Some of you have been following along with me on the Facebook side of it when I used to do all the Facebook videos, which for some reason don't ever do. So now we're on to YouTube, and you can remember some shots from this way. You couldn't even see the floor. There was so much stuff on the floor. So I think it looks pretty good, and you know, this kind of the view of the shop. That's what we call around here. Not allowed to call it the garage because, you know, Grandpa Jim says it's the shop. And well, this is Trash's shop now. The home of Trash's Treasures. And we're going to say it again, where old things get a second chance, right? Even, look at that, I even painted my coat rack gray. You know, I get a little carried away. I get occasionally do that a time or two, right? But one little project I am into, and this is an old shelf I picked up, oh geez, I don't even know, probably last summer I think. Getting into some of them, another one of the little shelves I picked up at a yard sale or something. And but I've got all these pieces in here, and I got all this sanding to do on all this stuff, and we'll get her stained up. And now that we're doing this, and I'll be trying to do videos every day. and with a YouTube side, and I'll carry along on that. And I'm going to pick up a new project today. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you what it is, but I'm going to pick it up, and let me get this turned back around here, and I'll pick it up today, and we'll get going on that one and get you on board with what we're doing there. Still haven't had any of the new projects. I've talked to several people, have some things for us they want us to do. Dale's trunk is done. He's going to be picking that up today. Hopefully some of them other projects will get in here in the next few days, and we'll get going on some of them also. Like I said, this is for fun. I have fun. Hopefully you pick up some things, learn a few things on my tricks on how I do stuff. I still have that little table over there where I'm actually going to peel the laminate. Or yeah, that's what it is. It's laminate, and it's all warped because it got wet on top and stuff. But it is a unique piece because of the way it's built. But one leg's missing a huge chunk of it. So we're gonna make some legs. We're gonna try to get a little fancy. We're gonna use the router table there and see if we can't get a little fancier on some pieces when we build new legs for it. But I'll be taking you along on that journey also. It's just going to be a little bit of anything and everything, and you know me. The Lord only knows what subjects I'll get into each day. Of course, it's not Facebook videos anymore. It's my own channel. It feels good to say our own YouTube channel. Make you feel a little important, right? But could be a little longer on some of that. Some of that we got. Who knows? I might even go live on some of that. I get a little better on learn how to do some of these so I can piece together some projects and bring you along on some how-tos. So we're going to get into some how-tos and even little weird things, how to do storage, stuff like that. I don't know. I have a very creative mind. Most people that do know me know that. I'm pretty good at figuring stuff out. Some projects, the way I'm thinking we're going to go, have a tendency to take a different road. Like the old rusty trunk, it was going to be metal. We were going to go maroon, but then the metal was so bad we ended up peeling it. And then we went to the wood side of it, and then it turned into, oh, we're going to make it a fishing tackle box. And then we didn't go that route. We put a bunch of trays and sectionals and stuff like that. So for people that do crafts and needlework and stuff like that, might like that, which Porta Sioux is going to make jewelry and all them trays, dividers, and everything inside that trunk. And plus, it is also their living room coffee table now on top of that. But it also stores all her supplies for making jewelry and stuff, multitask and multi-purpose, and a unique piece of furniture for them. So, like I said, where it started, nope, it was just going to be the old rusty trunk. It was going to be maroon. It was going to stay metal on the outside. I plan on doing some more floral and butterflies and stuff designs on the outside of it like we did the blue trunk, but it went a different route. So we never know which way what's going to go, and that's just the way we do things. And yes, I'm a bit of a character, and that's just what makes me me. And hopefully we get tuned in. Hopefully people like this. More people get aboard. We need some subscribers and get this going, because the more views and subscribers I get, then I can get some people to hopefully start sponsoring some stuff on here. And who knows, maybe this can grow big, and maybe this is what I can do for the rest of my life. That would be a nice thing. So other than that, and the usual, I love y'all, and I got to get work. I got to get the rest of everything else put back away here so we can get this shop running. So, peace out.